Right. Danny, thanks very much for your time. H, good on you for... well, I should ask you. I won't ask Danny, but how's his preparation going for this
fantastic. No worries. Fantastic. Everything's completely on schedule. Couldn't change a thing.
Wouldn't change a thing. Is he in a better position than he was before his last bout against Antonio Tarver?
Yep.
In what way? How's he better prepared? Because that is the fight that's probably in everybody's minds at the moment. You did come out second best on that one, and I think, Danny, by your own admission, you probably... It wasn't a very good image, the way you were treated inside the ring. So have you been able to make improvements on his preparation for this bout?
It's there's nothing changed in his boxing preparation, because we do everything professional, and there was nothing... no shortcuts taken in the last fight. It's just the added pressure outside of the boxing, where Danny's... in the last fight tried to take on a lot more responsibility and workload than he should have, and all those things have been cut out, and he's gone back to just being a fighter and not trying to do everything for everybody else, and he's had to say no to a lot of people and a lot of commitments, including media commitments that he's had to do for everybody else, and he's gone back to being the fighter, and he's made a lot of sacrifices, and unfortunately he's had to say no to a lot of people, good friends, and it's very difficult to do that because everyone wants a piece of him. Yep. And he's done. He's got the hunger back, and from that fight and the pain of that defeat has brought that not the hunger back to want to fight or want to win, because Danny's one true bloke that will die in the ring. There's no doubt about that. If blokes like me weren't there to protect him, and so that's the difference.
Danny, you've seen did you watch that fight back?
Yeah, of course, mate.
How hard was that, watching?
It's not easy. You know, it's the game I'm in, though. So you got to understand, when you take it on one of the best fighters in the world, who's a future Hall of Famer, and he's now a 5-time world champion, that's what he does. You know, he has the ability to dismantle anyone. And unfortunately, I wasn't on my game that night. I suffered, I had a pretty heavy price, lost my world title and was beaten badly, but that's the sport I'm in. I won 10 on the trot, beaten future Hall of Famers and beaten world champions, won world titles in my 10 previous fights to that. So, and took out, prior to that fight, to Tarver, I'd beaten the number, top 10 ranked challenger and undefeated guy from America, BJ Flores. So, my form was pretty good, but it's just the game you're in. And when you take on the best fighters in the world, you're not always going to come out on top.
How long did it take you to watch that fight? Did you sit down and watch it in one hit?
9 rounds.
But did you sit through it in one hit, or did you actually just say, look, I can't watch this right now?
It's not that I couldn't watch it. I couldn't be bothered watching it. It's not like it could be a lot worse. There's people out there that are losing their life. People out there that are dying through no fault of their own, through illness, through conflict, through injustices. So when you put it into perspective, it's pretty easy to watch. Just that I was like, it's a terrible night. I had an off night, got beaten up. Wish I'd done this differently. Wish this had happened differently. It wasn't to be. You move on. You cop your lickings on the chin, and you move on.
And because you have made that. There has been a push for you to become the face of Green Machine Promotions, and the Green Machine's now an established brand name in Australia and definitely here in WA. How hard was it to surrender your outside interests, the outside of the boxing interests, to other people? Because you do like to keep a close rein on everything that's to do with Green Machine.
It's not so much that; it's more than fairly accommodating. So I have trouble saying no to people's requests.
Right.
So people want me to do something, help them out, I'll say, yeah, no worries at all. So and that takes a lot of your time and energy up. So for this fight, I had to say no. I had to look after myself and go back to being just an old school professional fighter. Waking up, eating, going to the gym, training, coming home, recovery, massage, physio, chiro, hot baths at night, eating the right food, getting the right rest, and just doing it day in, day out for the whole preparation and preparing properly. So yeah, it's been a very good preparation, and it's been a quiet preparation, which is what you want as a fighter. Yeah,
because your record is impressive. 3 losses from
four.
Four. Yeah,
1 disqualification and 3 losses, if you want to be precise.
Yeah, well, 1 was a disqualification, and let's not go there. That's in the past. 31 wins in a long and a rewarding career, but the last 5 bouts, there's been 2 in there that have probably damaged you as a boxer is seen in the outside of the boxing fraternity in the broader public? Have you?
Which ones are they?
Well, I mean, I'd be saying the way you were treated in the ring by Antonio Tarver. There was just vision there where you were almost. Well, you looked lost. You were taking a pommeling, but you weren't going down. Like H was saying, you will die in the ring.
That's called concussion, mate.
Well, yes, but you were concussed in the ring. You weren't the Danny Green that everybody has come to know. In control and dominating. And the other one was the Paul Briggs fiasco, which you had no reign in that. But as a spectacle, those two fights have probably damaged your brand name or way that the people outside of the immediate boxing fraternity see you. So, I guess the question here is, how important is this next fight against Krzysztof for you? Is it more important for you to have a win or for him to have a win?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, that's a serious question.
Well, of course it's important for me to have a win. Well, I think it's more important for me to have a win than it is for him to have a win, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, I would say, but what I'm trying to...
I'm not really fussed about the importance of him winning. I'm worried about me winning. So
yeah, look, I understand that, but do you not agree that beyond the close nucleus of true boxing aficionados, those people out in the street who, like to follow Western Australians and successful Western Australians, and you are a successful sportsman, but those two bouts have probably damaged your image per se amongst those people?
Oh, the Tarver fight, you lose a fight, mate. Yeah. So you can't just be a winner all the time. I think that's what people have I guess followed me and been behind me, because I haven't always succeeded. I've been up and I've been down, but I've come back. I've gone up and I've come down again. I've been back. And I've persevered. I've been determined to persevere and be successful. And it's not always, the case. You can't always win. And when you're taking on the best fighters in the world and a 5-time world champion in Antonio Tarver, that can be expected. He's a great fighter. So he's beaten some of the best fighters in the world, and he is one of the best fighters in the world. He's next in line now to fight for the heavyweight world title against one of the Klitschko brothers. So that's the magnitude of fighter I lost to. There's no shame in losing to a guy like that. If I'd lost to a bum who can't fight and shouldn't be beating me, then that's where the shame would be. But there's no shame in losing to a great fighter like Antonio Tarver, and I think I held myself exceptionally well in the public eye for not giving up and being, still standing when a lot of guys would have been knocked unconscious in the second round from that shot. And I took barrage for 9 rounds. So that doesn't mean it's smart, but showed that I'm determined and have, a fair bit of willpower. And number 2, the fact that I took the loss on the chin, didn't make any excuses. He beat me in the night. He was the better fighter on the night. He was the better man of the night. So I think I displayed courage, and also the fact that it's a gracious way to be defeated, and showing kids how to be defeated. You can't always win, but it's how you handle a loss and how you move forward and how you become a champion. And this is what I'm trying to do next, is become a champion again and show the kids and give the right, I guess, show them the right way how to either win or lose. And with the Paul Briggs thing, that's history, and I was obviously cleared of any wrongdoing. I can't control what someone else does. So if people's views and perspectives of me are affected by those things, I can't control that. But I think the majority of people know that I'm straight down the line, and obviously was cleared of any wrongdoing at all. And it angered and hurt me more than anyone. So there's your answer.
Yeah, no, it's a great answer, but I'm just reflecting the punter who I've been speaking to a few people who are not boxing aficionados, but everybody knows Danny Green in WA, which is great. And it sounds like
it's not always great.
Yeah. I think you're playing it down. It's generally it is great. People are proud to say that you're a Western Australian. You're a proud Western Australian as well. It's just outside Western Australia, because some of the feedback on the YouTube website has been less than gracious towards you. So some people see you. One comment was, "Hope you bash the greedy green machine to a pulp." So it's just that you have stepped across into that promotional side, which Green Machine Promotions and all those sort of things. You're looking for a future in the career. It may have blurred that line between professional boxer and professional businessman. So, but it's interesting you've said that after the Tarver fight, you've said I'm a boxer.
Well, I've always been a boxer, and I'm also now taking on the premier cruiserweight in the division, the best fighter in the world in my division. And I would have been forgiven for taking a much easier route, excuse me, and a much easier path. And people would have gone, oh, yeah, no worries, he just got his ass kicked in the last fight. He wants to see how he goes and work his way back up the top. But I didn't do that. We're taking on the best fighter in the world and the most dangerous proposition we can come up against. And it's a massively high-risk fight. So whatever people's perspective of me, whether it's positive or negative, I can't control that. The negative ones bounce off me like a tennis ball. I don't care, because they've never achieved or never tried or never persevered or never had the balls to do what I've done. So therefore, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah. No, and fair enough. And look, great answer. And let's talk about the upcoming fight on Wednesday. Krzysztof, is this your? I mean, how would you rate this? He's actually rated beating you as will be one of the milestones of his career, but he also says he's also seeing you just as a stepping stone for his future. Nothing more, nothing less. He believes he's the better fighter, and once he goes beyond you, it's probably only another 2 fights in that division before he moves on to heavyweight. So, although he sees you as an obstacle, he's only seeing you as a stepping stone. How do you feel about that sort of level of respect?
Great. I don't care about his respect for me. I care about the respect I have for him and the respect we've shown him in the training camp and how hard we've worked. So we respect him and what he's bringing to the fight. If he doesn't respect me, that's fine. Maybe his downfall, maybe his downfall in the fight is not having enough respect for me. Maybe his preparation wasn't as good or as strong as it could have been because of his lack of respect. Who knows? I don't know. He might just be talking. We can't afford to worry about what he's going to think or what he's going to try and do. We've got to worry about what we're going to do and try and execute our game plan on Krzysztof Wlodarczyk.
And are you comfortable in the cruiserweight division? Krzysztof was saying history has shown that, moving out of your natural weight division, and you might say cruiserweight's your natural division, I'm not sure, but are you truly comfortable in the cruiserweight division? Have you ever thought that perhaps you've moved one division too high?
I'm 5 days out from the fight, from a world title fight, and I've had breakfast. I had dinner last night. I'm about to have lunch after this, and I'll have dinner tonight. It's pretty good, mate. Pretty happy. I'm real happy.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm also, I couldn't squeeze myself down to super middleweight. I walk around now 89, 90 kilogram. I have to make 76.2 when I was fighting super middleweight. So you can imagine the weight. And you look at me, I'm not a fat guy or I'm carrying much weight. I'm a skinny, lean, rude dog. And then light heavyweight, I had to make 79.38, which is 175 pounds. I had to lose, over 10 kilograms of what I'm carrying now. Is detrimental to my performance. So I could make the light heavyweight division, but I would last 1 or 2 rounds against the top fighters in the world. There'd be no point. So I'm stuck. I have to fight at this weight at cruiserweight because I can't make light heavyweight anymore. This is the only option I've got, cruiserweight. My second last fight against was BJ Flores, who was a heavyweight, then came down to cruiserweight. He was 24-0 undefeated, top 10 ranked challenger, whom all the other champions avoided. We brought him out here to Australia and defeated him soundly in a very, very entertaining, exciting bout. So for me personally, I've proved that cruiserweight is where I should be, where I have to be at the moment. I've got no choice. Tarver was too good in the night. He displayed his class, and I guess I'll only find out how good Wlodarczyk is, or how good I am at this weight division when the bell goes on Wednesday night. And
as a boxer, are you prepared? It's only 5 days out. Would you let us know what you think his weaknesses are?
Nope.
You're going to keep them, play your cards close to your chest?
Of course, mate.
How much analysis of the fighter do you do? I mean, you do your preparation in the ring, but how much of watching the videos and past bouts do you actually view? Yeah, lots. I mean, every day I come out from the hotel, we stay together in a 2-bedroom apartment in Sydney. And most days I come out, he was watching Wlodarczyk. He'd say, Granny, come check this out. I'm sick of watching him. I'm tired of watching him. So, Angelo studies him, breaks him down, and we go in and we talk about it, and we work out a game plan, what we think's going to work, and then it's our job to try and execute on the night, and our job to try and execute it. So after each round of sparring, come back and H says, this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do this round, try and do this, and I try it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we move on to something else. If I'm comfortable with it, then, we'll keep doing it. And so far, I think the tactics we're going to employ in the fight for Wlodarczyk have been successful in sparring, and we think they're going to be good enough to be successful on the night. And you know him? You feel like you know him as a boxer now? I know him enough as I need to. I guess I'll find out. I guess we'll get acquainted when the bell goes on Wednesday, mate. No, fair enough. And mate, look, I said it when Krzysztof was sitting in that seat. I hope for a good fight. I do hope you get up. My money's on you, mate, and all the best. And thanks for your time. I really do appreciate it. No worries at all. Thanks very much, mate. And if you can't get to the venue on the night, check it out in Main Event. Well, most definitely. Thanks, mate.